So welcome. This is a video based upon Voronoi diagrams for IBDP AISL. The first question, the points A, B, C, D are given and these are the snow shelters in a Blackburn National Forest. These snow shelters are illustrated in the following coordinate axis. One unit represents 1 kilometer. Calculate the gradient of AE. So what is that? A has been given as 3, 1 and E has been given as 7, 3. So the formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So gradient of AE becomes 3 minus 1 upon 7 minus 3, which is 1 upon 2. Next, a park ranger draws 3 straight lines to form incomplete Voronoi diagram. Then find the equation of a line that would complete the Voronoi cell site E. So he has given A as 3, 1 and B as 7, 3. So I'm going to find it out, the midpoint, which is 3 plus 7 by 2, 1 plus 3 by 2, which is going to be 5, 2. Now, gradient of AE I'm going to find it out, which is 1 upon 2. Perpendicular gradient, this is a symbol I'm going to use, which is negative 2. Now the equation will become y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. This directly I am writing the answer. This should be your equation. In the context of the question, explain the significance of the Voronoi cell containing site E. So what am I going to write? Every point in the cell is closer to E than any other snow shelter. Then diagram below is a part of a Voronoi diagram. The A and B are the sides, with B having a coordinates 4, 6. L is an edge, and the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line segment AB, y equals to minus 2x plus 9. Find the coordinates of A. So gradient of the edge is equals to negative 2. So what will be the gradient of AB will be 1 upon 2, and B is passing through 4, 6. So what will be the equation? Y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So this becomes the equation 2x plus y equals to 9. This is the equation of AB. Now I take those two equations, this equation and x minus 2y equals to negative 8. I do simultaneous equations for this one, and I use the graphing calculator to get the coordinates of the points of intersection, which is going to be 2, 5. So I came to know that the midpoint is 2, 5 and the B is 4, 6. So A, x, y has to be found it out. So x plus 4 by 2 should be equals to 2. Y plus 6 by 2 should be equals to 5. This gives me x equals to 0 and y equals to 4. So the point is A, 0, 4. Then I am going to find it out. The next one. Then next question. Question number 3. A king rules small mountain kingdom which is in the form of a square length, and the king has 4 adult children, of which has a luxury palace located at these points. This one. So draw the Voronoi diagram of this. So what am I going to draw? I am going to draw a square. Then and this is at 1, 1. This is at 3, 1 and 3, 1, 3 and 3, 3. A king has a 5th child who is now just growing up. He installs her in a new palace situated at 2, 2. The rule about the ownership of the land is reapplied. Sketch the Voronoi diagram. So now again it is a square, still a square land. Now this is the points of the original children, and the youngest child will be over here. Then state what shape of the land owned by the youngest child. So we can clearly see that it is a square. Find the area of the youngest child's land. So we know that this distance is 1, this distance is 1, so this distance has to be square root 2. So it is a square root 2 whole square, which is going to be 2. Then find how much land has the older child has lost. Originally they were having 4, now 2 has been lost, so 1 upon 2. State or reason with all child now own an equal amount of land. So we know that youngest child will be holding 2. Now the oldest child, what will happen? Previously it was 4, now half is gone, so 3.5. So therefore we can see that youngest child has less area. Question number 4. Write down the equation of the perpendicular bisector for BC. So we can see that BC is passing through this minus 1. So y equals to mx minus 1. And it is also passing through 2 comma 0. So plug in 2 comma 0. So 0 equals to 2m minus 1, which gives me m value as 1 upon 2. So what will be the equation? Y equals to half x minus 1. This is a 2 marks question. Therefore it is done in that way. The equation of perpendicular bisector for AB is there. So y equals to minus 3x plus 23 and y equals to 0.5x minus 1. Use the GDC to get the value of x as 6.857 because 4 significant figures and y as 2.429. Then a Voronoi diagram is constructed with points ABC as 3 sides. Draw clearly the edges of the Voronoi diagram as shown in the figure on the given diagram. So therefore I am going to draw that. This is one edge. This is another edge. Then points ABC are shown along the perpendicular bisectors. It is the same question. Question 4 and 5 are repeated. So therefore I am not doing it out. I am going to now question number 6. Mai is at an amusement park. A map of part of amusement is represented in this message. Then what is he asking? Calculate the distance between B and C. So this is at 20 and this is at 0. So this distance is going to be 20. So the distance is going to be 20 meters. Distance between A and B. We draw a perpendicular right angle triangle. This distance is 12. This distance is 4. So therefore it's going to be a right angle triangle, 12 square plus 4 square, which is 12.6 meters. Mai is standing at an attraction B and wants to directly to the attraction station A. Calculate the bearing of A from B. So at B, draw a 90 degrees perpendicular. Then from B, we have to go in clockwise direction to reach A. So this is 90. This is from B. You should start from B. This is 90, 180, and this particular angle, 180 plus this part. Then I reach A. So 180 time plus this the theta. So I am going to find it out theta. So tan theta equals to 12 by 4. Theta equals to tan inverse of 12 by 4, 3, which is 71.6. So the bearing is going to be 180 plus 71.6 degrees, which is 252 degrees. A drinking fountain is to be installed at a point that is equidistant from attractions A, B, and C. Find the gradient of AC. So AC is 0 minus 16 by 12 minus 0, which is negative 4 upon 3. Then write down the midpoint of AC. 0 plus 12 by 2, comma 16 plus 0 by 2, which is going to be 6, comma 8. Hence, calculate the coordinates of the drink. So, perpendicular gradient is going to be 3 upon 4. Then, it's a 6 marks question. Hence, find the coordinates of the drinking fountain. So, I have to find the coordinates of the drinking fountain. So, what am I going to do? I am going to check where both the perpendicular bisectors meet. So, I got the perpendicular gradient is 3 upon 4. Then I find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, which is y minus 8 equals to 3 upon 4 times x minus 6. Then I get it out from here, y equals to 3 upon 4x plus 3.5. This is one equation. Then after getting that, I get the perpendicular bisector for AB. 10 and perpendicular bisector for BC. Perpendicular bisector for BC. Because we know that the distance was 10, 20, so the perpendicular bisector will be halfway through it, y equals to 10. Now solve these two perpendicular bisectors by using the GDC. You should be getting it out 8.67, 10. That's going to be the answer. That's why 6 marks. Now, question number 7. On the following Voronoi diagram, the coordinates of 3 farmhouses are given, where distances are measured in kilometers. Each farmhouse owns a land that is closest to it. Write down the coordinates of the point. Of this point. So, what are the coordinates of this point? 4, 8 is going to be the coordinates of the point. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector for AC. So, gradient of AC is going to be 13 minus 3 divided by 8 minus 0, which is 5 by 4. So, what will be the perpendicular gradient? Minus 4 by 5. Then y minus 8 equals to minus 4 by 5 times x minus 4, which becomes 4x plus 5y minus 56 equals to 0. A wind turbine should be as far as from the nearest farmhouses as possible. By calculating the appropriate distances, find the location of the wind turbine. What was the wind turbine? 6, 5. So from 6, 5 to 4, 1, I am going to calculate the distance. It's going to be 6 minus 4 whole square plus 5 minus 1 whole square, which is square root 20. Then from 6, 5 to 11, 8, I am going to calculate the distance. 6 minus 11 whole square plus 5 minus 8 whole square, which is going to be square root 34. Then from 6, 5 to 9 upon 11 and 116 upon 11, I am going to calculate the distance. So, it's going to be, use the calculator, it's going to be 7.589. We can see that this 7.589 is the farthest one. So, the point is 9 upon 11, 116 upon 11. Then, Annie owns fruit cafes ABCD. Show that the equation of the perpendicular bisector for CD. So first of all, I am going to find the gradient of CD, which is 1 minus 2 upon 4 minus 7, which is 1 upon 3. So what will be the perpendicular gradient? Perpendicular gradient will be negative 3. So equation will be y minus 1.5 equals to negative 3 times x minus 5.5. So y equals to negative 3x plus 18. Complete the Voronoi diagram as shown. So what am I going to do? I am going to draw the perpendicular bisector for AD. Then find the coordinates of the axis. So 3y equals to 2x minus 1.5, y equals to negative 3x plus 18. Use GDC to get that answer as 5.05, 2.86. Three towns have a position according to the coordinate system. Find the distance AD. So AD equals to square root of 11 square plus 7 square, which is 13.0 miles. On a particular day, the mean temperatures are measured. Use the nearest neighbor interpolation method to find the temperature of the Dominic's farm. So I'll find the distance dB, which is square root of 13 square plus 5 square, which is 13.9. Find the distance dC, which is 4 square plus 12 square, which is 12.6. So we can see that 12.6 is the closest. So therefore town C is closest. So which is 30 degrees Celsius. Next, this is about a javelin throw in a school track in a field competition. Write down the height of the front of the tip of the javelin at the time when it is thrown. When it is thrown means t equals to 0. So height will become minus 3.6 times 0 square plus 10.8 times 0 plus 1.8. So what is going to be 1.8 meters. Find the value of t when the front of the tip reaches the maximum height. So ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 means it is a parabola. The vertex of the parabola is given by minus b upon 2a. So minus 10.8 upon 2 times of minus 3.6. So 1.5 seconds. Find the value of t when the tip of the javelin throw strikes the ground. So strikes the ground means height is going to be 0 plus 10.8 t plus 1.8. Use the graphing calculator to find the roots. You should be getting it out 3.16. 6 restaurants are labeled. Edina wants to eat to the closest restaurant to her. Write down the restaurant she should go if she is at A. So obviously it is B. 0, 1 when restaurant A is closed. So it is F. Then C and D are given. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector for CD. We can see that CD is one below the other and the distance between them is 3. So this distance has to be 1.5 and 1.5. So from 5, 1.5 is going to be 6.5. So y equals to 6.5. Restaurant B is at 3, 6. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So first of all, I am going to find it out midpoint, which is 5, 7. Then gradient of BC, which is 8 minus 6 by 7 minus 3, which is 1 upon 2. Perpendicular gradient will be negative 2. So y minus y1 equals to negative 2 times x minus x1. Y equals to negative 2x plus 17. The coordinates of the points which are equidistant from B, C and D. So y equals to negative 2x plus 17. Y equals to 6.5. Solve it out. So means plug in 6.5 in this. You should be getting 6.5 equals to negative 2x plus 17. X equals to 5.25. So what's going to be the point? 5.25 comma 6.5. Find the distance of this point D. So distance of point D will be square root of 5.25 minus 7 whole square plus 6.5 minus 5 whole square, which is 2.30 kilometers. Then question number 12. 3 towns A, B, C are represented as the coordinates of the map. X-axis. Town A is located. Town B. A road runs along the perpendicular bisector AB. This information is shown in the following diagram. Find the equation of the line that follows AB. So I am going to find midpoint is 1, 2.5. Then gradient of AB 6 minus of minus 1 divided by 8 minus of minus 6, which is 1 upon 2. Perpendicular gradient is negative 2. Y minus 2.5 equals to negative 2 times x minus 1. 4x plus 2y minus 9 equals to 0. Town C is due north of A and the road passes through town C. Due north of A means exactly above A, so the x coordinate is going to be the same. x is going to be negative 6. So in this perpendicular bisector equation, plug in negative 6. Then you'll be getting the y value as 16.5. So what is going to the point? Minus 6 comma 16.5. Now 13th question. The Voronoi diagram below shows 4 supermarkets. All the distances are measured in this one. Find the midpoint of BD. So 2 plus 6 by 2 comma 2 plus 0 by 2, which is going to be 4 comma 1. Find the equation of xz. So I am going to find slope of xz 0 minus 2 by 6 minus 2, which is negative 1 upon 2. So perpendicular gradient will be 2. So equation will be y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, and you get this as a standard equation. Now we have two equations, y equals to 2 minus x and y equals to 2x minus 7. Use GDC to find the coordinates of x, which is going to be 3 comma negative 1. Find the distance of the length yz. So it is going to be square root of 7 minus minus 1 whole square plus 7 minus 3 whole square, which is square root of 80. Given that the exact length of xy is root 32. So we are going to draw a triangle there. Y, z and x is square root 32 and yz is square root 80. Find xz also, which is going to be square root 80. So I'm going to find it out this particular angle. So cos xyz equals to square root 80 whole square plus square root 32 whole square minus square root 80 whole square divided by 2 times square root of 80 times square root of 32. Then xyz equals to cos inverse of this entire thing. You should be getting 71.6 degrees. Hence find the area of the triangle ABC. Half times square root 80 times square root 32 times sine of 71 point. Take the full calculator display. You should be getting 24 kilometers square. A town planner believes that the larger the area of the Voronoi AISL, more people will come to the supermarket. State one criticism. So what does it mean? Larger area does not necessarily result in increase in population. There are 4 stations used by the 5 wardens. Now what is he asking? State the new station that should be built at P. So whichever is the as far as possible is asking, that is as far as possible. So what am I going to do? Find BP. BP's distance I am going to find 10 minus 14 whole square plus 6 minus 2 whole square, which is going to be square root 32. BQ I am going to find it out. 13 minus 14 whole square plus 7 minus 2 whole square, which is square root 26. We can clearly see that square root 32 is greater than square root 26. So therefore P is the farthest one. Write down the equation of the perpendicular bisector for PC. P and C are on a horizontal line, so the perpendicular bisector will be in the middle, which is x equals to 14. Then draw the missing boundaries. So another missing boundary is the perpendicular bisector for D and P. Question number 15. The Voronoi diagram below shows this one. T4 is located in the shaded region. The dashed lines in the diagram are the edges. Next, what is he asking? Explain Tim stands inside the region. Explain why Tim will receive the strongest signal. Because every point in the shaded region, is close to star T4. The coordinates T2 has the coordinates minus 9 comma 5. This is minus 9 comma 5, and y equals to 3 is the perpendicular bisector. If the perpendicular bisector is horizontal, means the T4 should be exactly below T2. Means it also should have same x coordinate. Now we know that this distance should be 1.5, and because, and what else is telling, this distance is 2. From 5 to 3 the distance is 2, so this distance also has to be 2. So 3 minus 2 is going to be 1, so it's going to be minus 9 comma 1. 3 minus 2, which is 1, negative 9 comma 1. The tower T1 has coordinates minus t 13 comma 3. Find the gradient of the edge. So m equals to 5 minus 3 divided by minus 9 minus of minus 13, which is 1 upon 2. So what will be the gradient of edge? Gradient of edge will be reciprocal and change the symbol. So negative 2 is going to be the answer. So that completes the paper. See you in the next paper. Bye.